If you check into a hotel and they do this, change your room immediately.
And she is not lying.
Change your room. This happened to me, and because I remember watching that video, she saved me. So
But what those two ladies in the video that I stitched are talking about are absolutely right. As a former front desk agent of a hotel,
Sometimes hotel lobbies even include people who aren't even guests at the hotel. There is no reason at all for someone who works at the hotel to say your room number out loud.
So I couldn't stitch the creator because the stitches were off on their video. So what she was saying in the video was basically, if you go to a hotel and you're checking into a room, and especially when you're on your own as a woman, like just traveling on your own, sometimes when they give you your key, they'll say you're in room 262 or whatever, and then they'll just give it to you. Get them to change your room. This happened to me, and because I remember watching that video, she saved me. So I was at a food convention in Anaheim this past weekend, or like this past week. I was staying in this random little inn in the middle of nowhere because by the time I booked, it was like really expensive, really close. So I'd gotten an Uber and I'd gone like a bit further out. So not only am I in an inn on my own, it's also in like a kind of an out of the way area that I'm not familiar with. And by the time I go there to check in, it's late, it's dark, right? And so it's this small little room, tiny little intimate room. And I went and spoke to the guy at the front desk. Very young guy, like I'm pretty sure pretty inexperienced, like not in a nasty way, but he's just very young and very flustered. I went in, started checking in. He was like doing something on the computer. This older guy, a little bit strange, walks in behind me, and he's wearing like, a little bit, a little bit eccentric. He looks a little bit eccentric, and then he hears my accent and he's like, oh, you're from the UK or something like that. We start chatting, and I'm generally like a friendly person, I think. So we're like chatting back and forth. He's like, oh, so what are you here for? And I was like, oh, I'm at a convention down the road. And I was telling him, he sounds great. We're talking back and forth, right? While I'm sort of standing in between. So he's there, he's at the door, the guy at the desk. I'm sort of talking, just being polite, whatever. The guy finishes what he has to do to check me in. And then he's like, okay, cool, your room is 262, and then gives it to me and like announces it. So the guy hears it, like there's no doubt, right? And my head's like, something in my head goes, but we'd already had issues because it like the room I was supposed to be in, he'd like sold out of it. It was annoying anyway. I knew it was gonna be a bit difficult to change it. So I was a bit like, and so I sort of went, okay. I went outside and I've got all these bags, right? So I'm walking towards where my room is, right? And I'm sort of not sure where I'm going, but I walk. All of a sudden I hear that guy, like he's come behind me and he's like, oh, your room is this way. So he's heard my room, taken a mental note of it, and now he's like showing me to my room. And as luck will have it, literally next door to his room. So now he knows a single woman in this room, literally next door to him. And I'm like, and it's not like a hotel where it's like indoors and it's like it's an outdoor inn. I don't know what you'd call that, but it's like, so anyone can walk in, anything can happen. So I'm like, ain't no way. And he's like, show me. I was like, actually, I forgot something. Went back, because I was like, had her, that creator in my head. I was like, nah, I'm not going out like this. So I went back and I was like, you check someone in, you shouldn't really say their number out loud. I was like, because, and I explained to him what happened. He was like, oh. He's like, do you feel unsafe? And I was like, yes. And so he's like, okay. And then he changed my room. And so it was like another place, but then it was like upstairs. And so one of the guys had to carry my bags, but I was like, I don't care. I'd rather be upstairs. Please go and watch her video. It was so informative. Better safe than sorry, but, and don't feel like you're being difficult. Be authoritative. Be authoritative. Be firm. Be friendly and kind, but be firm. Be like, I need to move. Beware of like an experience. Don't just assume that the person that's behind the desk knows exactly what they're doing. So be careful, especially when you're traveling alone. When it comes to your safety, don't play around.
And she is not lying. Last year, October, I got back from a 6-month deployment. I had been flying for like 15 hours, y'all. I was so tired. I flew into BWI, which is Baltimore, Maryland, and my flight got in late, so I was going to have to spend the night and then catch my flight the next day. So I was like, well, let me find a hotel that's, close enough to the airport so I can just get back tomorrow. Call me an Uber. I ended up staying at the Aloft Hotel over there. Now, I had stayed at an Aloft before, so I was like, okay, cool, whatever. I just need a hot shower, a place to sleep, get up tomorrow and hit it. I get my Uber ride was all fine. I get to my hotel. As I get to the aloft, I'm walking in. Mind y'all, I'm in full uniform. I got a backpack on, a huge duffel bag, and a huge roller bag. I mean, all the gear you can think of, I'm toting it, and it's heavy as fuck. As I'm walking in, I'm a very observant person. There's a man sitting down in the lobby right by the desk. He has on a puffer jacket with the hood up, a white tee, some shorts, some socks, no shoes, and a half-smoked Black & Mild. I see him, he see me, I see him, he see me. I go to the desk. I'm standing at the desk and he kind of started making these little noises behind me. So I kind of look back and he's just like mugging me, y'all. Not even looking at me on no, oh, I'm just trying to see, was she in the military? No, he's mugging. And I'm like, that's weird. Mental note. So there was a problem with their system at the desk. So we're just making light conversation while she's trying to figure out the computer system. A flight attendant walks up to check in as well. So we all kind of just start talking while she's figuring it out. She finally get it figured out. And she's like, here you go, ma'am. You're going to be in room 511. Everything in me was like, ooh, why she say my room number out loud? This man already back here chirping like a damn bird. And now I just already felt uneasy. You done told him my room number. I'm like, you know what? Get your key. Get to your room. You're going to be good. So I gather all my bags, y'all. I head to the elevator, which was right off, the side of the desk. I get on there, finally get my bags and take a little breath. I'm about to go up. Just as the elevator door is about to close, he comes running. Mind y'all, it took me about 25-30 minutes to check in. This man was sitting there the whole time. Now you must run to the elevator. He was like, hold it. I ain't holding shit. So I don't hold the door, but he still manages to make it enough time to get in there, right? So I'm like, ugh. He get on the elevator, he gets to the back corner, and he's like 5. In my mind, I'm like, you heard that bitch say I'm going to floor 5. Whatever. Just as it's about to close again, the flight attendant comes running like, hold it. So I hold it for her, y'all, because I'm like, ooh, I don't want to be on here by myself. So she gets on and we all just kind of stand there. She says 7. So I hit 7. So he kind of still looking, but I'm just trying not to pay him any attention. I'm just focusing on getting off this elevator. So we get to 5 first and it dings. He looks at me and I look at him. He look at me again and I look back at him. He gets off the elevator, but he is mugging me the whole way by. And even after he got off, he's looking back over his shoulder at me. I let the doors close. I know he like, no, I know that bitch was supposed to be a 5'11". Yeah, you thought. So the flight attendant is like, well, that was weird. And I was like, So we get up to floor 7. I tell her, have a good night, be safe. And I go back down to the front desk with all my bags. I told all that shit back out. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to need my room changed in a different floor. I just don't feel comfortable. So just as I'm talking to them, there's another elevator on the other side of the lobby, I guess. This man has come down the other elevator and is walking back towards the check-in desk. He goes to the other side of the desk and he's staring at a blank wall. There's nothing there. His back is to us, so it's like he's just trying to listen. So I lower my tone a little bit and I said, you know what? As a matter of fact, cancel it. Now, it's almost midnight. I don't think I said that. I'm tired as hell. But I said, go ahead and cancel it. So she was like, okay, I'll cancel it. Her colleague came up and she kind of like, what's going on? And she was like, I'll let you know in a minute or whatever like that. So she canceling it. I was like, I'm going to call me another Uber. I'm going to book somewhere else online. So she was like, okay, we're going to move you to the back. So they don't move me into like the little office where they sit because she was like, I didn't want him harassing you. I didn't want you to feel any kind of way. He has been here before. He actually does stay on the 5th floor, but we have had complaints from, other customers saying that he's bothered them in the past. So I'm like, why the fuck is he still allowed to stay here? But that's neither here nor there. They said they was going to call the police on him. I was like, do whatever y'all need to do. Clearly he done been here before. I'm just not staying here. And I was too tired for this shit. So I get me an Uber and I get the hell up out of there. I end up going to stay at like a Holiday Inn or something. I had me a good night's sleep, got up, got me a little breakfast and got the hell on through. All that to say, y'all, please, if you work at that counter, don't give out that room number out loud. And for those of you that are traveling, keep your motherfucking head on the swivel. Pay attention. Because there's people out here that really will get you. If I was off my game, he might have caught your girl slipping. Not that night. Not that motherfucking night.
Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're talking about being safe while staying at hotels. So my sister is a flight attendant, which means she stays at a lot of different hotels. And myself, I travel a lot, especially a lot of time I do travel by myself because I enjoy going on vacation by myself, and sometimes because my friends cannot afford it, so then I'll just go by myself, right? So I always take these steps and these precautions whenever traveling, especially staying at a hotel. So I wanted to share those videos with you and some of the stories. Go ahead and take a listen listen, and then I'll be right back with my opinion. And also leave your comment below if you've experienced any of these things or whatever tip that you have when traveling, so we can all be safe together. All right, I'll be back.
So I know this is a new place for me to record, but ignore the lighting. I'm in the process of moving. But what those two ladies in the video that I stitched are talking about are absolutely right. As a former front desk agent of a hotel, it is company policy that we are not to announce the room number for any customer, because we don't know what people's situations are. There could be a domestic issue, whatever. So if your front desk agent says your room number out loud, and especially in front of other people, change your room. When front desk agents don't follow policy and protect their customers, they are putting people at risk. Change your room, change your hotel if you can.
Did y'all see that TikTok of the girl who stayed at the hotel by herself? She was on like a work trip or something, and it was a Marriott that she had stayed at before, right? And she checked in, everything was fine. She like showered, put all her things in her room. She went to some work event or maybe a dinner or something, I can't remember. And she came back, showered again before getting into bed, and she saw a message on the mirror. And the message was not on the mirror before. She made that very clear. She was like, the message was not on the mirror before, and basically it was pointing on the mirror, had a circle, and it was like, there's a camera in here. So obviously she's freaked out. Long story short, everyone in the comments was like, it probably was the receptionist at the front desk. And like, obviously, how uneasy would you feel if you... So scary, right? I love scary movies, but like, I don't want my life to be a scary movie. That's why I got one of these. If you're ever traveling alone, staying in a hotel, staying in an Airbnb, even if I was staying with my girlfriend, we're taking this. This is a military grade hidden device scanner, okay? So not just hidden cameras. Locates unwanted GPS trackers, so like air tags, Apple tags that people can plant on your cars, detects eavesdropping devices, prevents phone surveillance, detects pinhole cameras, so people can put those in like the little light sockets. You guys have seen the videos, okay? You've seen the videos. And detects spy cameras. Comes with a little charger. You can literally charge it in your car on the way. This is literally so small, you could put it in your purse. I'm not sure where else you can find these, but I got mine from TikTok Shop. I used a coupon, so it was really cheap. And honestly, your safety's worth $20, so get one.
With the key to your home, they cannot get in. So if you think about domestic violence situations, if you think about Airbnb, if you think about when you're traveling and hotels, this is a really good preventive measure.
So for someone who travels a lot, I actually never had any bad experiences staying at hotels and stuff. Sometimes I travel with other people and sometimes I do by myself, but I am always careful. I'm always on the lookout. You know, you have to be on the lookout. You cannot be on your phone. You have to really, or if you're on your phone, you have to minimize the amount of time that you're on your phone, especially when you're out, you know, late night or even during the day, because nowadays people are snatching people during the day. So you got to be very careful with that. But some of the tips that those ladies shared are very, very good, especially when you're staying at a hotel. What you should do, what you should not do, and especially when you're getting your room at the desk, what you shouldn't do, or what the desk person, the tenant, should not do when they're giving you your room number, or when they're giving you that little envelope with your room number in there. Just be very, very careful, because my sister, she's a flight attendant. I think I mentioned that before. She's a flight attendant, and I worry all the time. Not necessarily worry, but you know, she stay at hotels by herself a lot, so she have to be very careful. So whenever I saw those videos, I immediately sent them to her. I'm like, girl, watch these and please do whatever it needs to do, especially that key thing, like the lock thing. I think I'm gonna get one of those on Amazon. I think that's gonna be a good investment for me, especially I travel a lot. I think it'll be a good investment for me, and I will try to get the link down below for that key, for the lock thing. But I think those videos were amazing, and the tips were so amazing and really good for people who travels a lot. I hope you learned something from this video, and if you didn't, I hope you could, you know, pass down the information to somebody else. And if you enjoyed this video, click on anywhere in the screen for the next video. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later on the next one.